Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 47 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Happy Monday to everybody out there. Hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. We're going to begin our session here with our meditation routine, and I will see you all on the other side. Good morning, Amanda. Top of the morning, Brother Carl. Auntie Louisa, good morning. Brother Daoud, good morning, my brother. Happy Monday. All right. So we just finished our meditation routine. So now we're going to continue into our journaling routine. I will see you all on the other side. All right, my friends, welcome back. Good morning, babe. All right, so we just finished our journaling routine, and now we're getting into our reading routine. I will see you all on the other side. All right, welcome back. So, as we go deeper into the chapter on positivity, Marianne Williamson talks about how no team that is a team that has no positivity and a team that has people that are unhappy are not going to be productive. Everybody on the team must be happy, must feel noticed and be seen in order to have a high productive team. Now, I believe a lot of things go into this because the person who's the rainmaker, they have to be in a place where they have to know their state to say enough to say, well, I'm going to contribute to my team in this way. And then from there, the team will rise and everything will go, from there. But if the rainmaker is in a different mental space to say, well, I'm not ready to run a team yet, or, the team will continue to run as I reach a certain level and then I'm able to, uh, lead in a way where essentially the team can, have opportunities or be fed opportunities. And then from there, everybody will be happy, so on and so forth. But at the same time, I really appreciate what she's saying because she made an example about you have a bunch of people sitting around at the table and everybody's looking at each other, asking one another, so where are we going to get the money? Where are we going to get the money to start this business? Where are we going to get the money to build this concept? Where are we going to get the money to build this system? And she's saying that while she's at the table, she's listening to everybody say this, but she's like, everybody's looking for where to get the money, but the way to get the money is just right inside of them. Because we are sons and daughters of God, and we have that internal, we have that infinite power within us. We have the ability to manifest the money or manifest the opportunity, whatever it is, for ourselves. And so it's interesting because a lot of the times we do look outside of ourselves for the answers, but really they're inside. And so even with something like that, if you're trying to build a business, understanding that you have the power and collectively everyone has the power if they're working together to move the vision in the right direction, knowing that all the, like I said, all the answers and all the solutions are right within. There's no external thing that can show you or prove to you that you are a chosen person or we are the chosen people. And I think that's very, very powerful because a lot of time we are taught to look outside of ourselves to find the answers or to confide in other people to find the answers. But really, it's us that has to have the conversations with ourselves. So thank you, Marianne. I appreciate your kind words today. And the last and not least thing was, let me see here. Oh, so I know it might sound kind of wild, right? But at the end of the day, the one thing to remember is not everybody is ready for this reality. So Marianne, the author of this book, she wasn't able to just say, hey, all the answers are within you, because some people psychologically can't interpret that. They don't understand. They don't um they just don't get it. They don't think they can't see the unseeable, right? They can't. Well, they can, but they haven't reached a point for whatever reason. They haven't awakened to a point where they can see that, and so sometimes it can be challenging. And then anywhere in between there, some people see it, some people don't, and anything in between. So everybody has the ability to see it, right? We're all blessed to see it and to be able to do it, but not everybody will understand. So sometimes it can be challenging because you're looking at a scenario and you're saying, well, what do you mean we're all the answers? They're right there. Everybody at the table, we all have the creative power. We all have the genius to make this thing work. We just have to focus on the goal, and then the how and everything else will just come. But we have to be able to see the unseeable. That's not something that people are just like, yeah, hoorah, like let's go. Some people there are, but again, sometimes they're not. And to be able to identify that is really important. And I say that because you don't want to push that perspective onto other people because it might be uncomfortable. You can kind of test the waters, I suppose, by mentioning something around that space. And then if they are like, no, well, no, you have to be more realistic type of thing, then it's, you might just have to leave the space for them and get off the subject. But nonetheless, the chapter of positivity. So today is the 17th. So December 17th, we're going to be reading out of Your Best You Ever. And the passage is titled Caring for the Downtrodden. I tell you the truth, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. Matthew 25:40. How fortunate we are to live in the land of opportunities and possibilities. But for many people around the world, opportunities are scarce at best. In too many corners of the globe, hardworking men and women struggle mightily to provide food and shelter for their families. When we care for the downtrodden, we follow in the footsteps of Christ. And when we show compassion for those who suffer, we abide by the commandments of the one who created us. May we who have been given so much hear the word of God, and may we follow it. If you want to be truly happy, you won't find it on the endless quest for more stuff. You'll find it receiving God's generosity and then passing that generosity along. It's not difficult to make an impact on the world. All you really have to do is put the needs of others ahead of your own. You can make a difference with a little time and a big heart. James Dobson. And the other passage was written by Bill Hybels. Building a better you. Want to admire the person you see in the mirror? Try being a little more generous. The more generous you are, the better you'll feel about yourself. Interesting. I like that a lot. giving back is a big thing, Um, a lot of the time, this idea, this mentality of scarcity. Top of the morning, Stephen. This building of scarcity or non-abundance can, overwhelm us, and can consume us. There's a difference, I think, in making the conscious decision to be more selfish. You know, there's a decision because sometimes when you're overly generous, that can be abused, and if you get stung in that way, right, you might retreat a little bit and say, well, I'm going to be a little bit more selfish. But ultimately, um, God judges, we don't, and that person that may have hurt us because we were being too generous, or they may have abused our, niceness or our kindness. They may We still have to send them love, and we still have to get back to being generous, right? We still have to anchor our way. But if we say, we make the declaration that, hey, we're going to be a little bit more selfish for this reason and that reason, and along the way, obviously, that we're going to continue to have that mental shift and anchor ourselves back into where we are. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just about not being in that state of not being generous or not being loving forever or for over an extended amount of time. This week, I'm planning to go down to the homeless shelters and donate tons of clothes and donate food. And so we'll be down there helping for, I think, a couple hours on Wednesday. But my point here is that to do more activities like that is something, to volunteer like our time, I think is meaningful. And, as we mature and as we become more aware of who we are, that nature and that generosity of just giving back, um, you know, like the book says, the less trodden or the downtrodden, I think is a really positive thing. So if there's a way to hold ourselves accountable here, if there's a way for you or for us to give back today, let's try it. Even if that's just paying somebody a compliment or simply writing somebody a handwritten thank you card, let's do our best to make somebody feel appreciated, somebody feel seen, and I think and see how you feel, and then from there you will be able to again try to project that feeling or always have that feeling, and so we'll find different ways of giving back or showing love to people, and I think that might make for a really good rest of our lives. So let's get out there and do that today. And to everybody who joined me today, day 47 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the support. We're growing. We're growing every single day. We're evolving. So take it easy on yourself, and don't beat yourself up for any shortcomings or shortfalls that you may have. Very, very important to always remind yourself that you are special, and you deserve everything that there is to have on this earth. So with that being said, again, make today the best day of your life, and I will see you tomorrow for day 48 on the journey to greatness season 2.